When the time is right, and both of you are ready to communicate, you'll come to realize just how deeply your person has felt for you over the years. It may surprise you, but they were aware of the intensity and emotional connection long before you ever noticed it. If you take a moment to reflect on your past interactions, you'll see the signs, those subtle hints they dropped, the moments when their eyes lingered a little too long, or when they seemed to want to say something but held back. They felt the connection between you two intensely, even before you did, but they kept their feelings hidden. One of the reasons for their silence was fear of getting vulnerable, of exposing their heart and potentially facing rejection. Vulnerability is a terrifying thing for many people, and for them, it was particularly difficult. They didn't want to be seen as weak or needy, so they remained guarded, hoping that maybe one day they would gather the courage to express themselves fully. But that day took longer than expected, not because they didn't feel anything, but because they were afraid of the unknown, afraid that their feelings might not be reciprocated or that they could lose you altogether if things didn't go the way they hoped. On the other hand, you were always the bold one, direct in your approach and unafraid of what might happen. You could sense something between the two of you, and you weren't afraid to explore it. You had this natural ability to draw them out of their comfort zone, to challenge them to feel and express emotions they hadn't allowed themselves to before. This confidence, this willingness to be open and real, was incredibly appealing to them. In fact, it's one of the things that drew them closer to you, even when they tried to resist. They were deeply attracted not just to who you are but to the way you made them feel alive, seen, and understood in ways they hadn't experienced before. Your boldness and openness had a profound effect on them, pushing them forward in ways they hadn't anticipated. Even though they struggled with their fears and insecurities, your presence in their life became a catalyst for growth. You helped them confront parts of themselves that they had kept hidden, and this journey of self-discovery was as thrilling as it was intimidating for them. You are, in many ways, everything they want, someone who challenges them, nurtures them, and brings out the best in them. Now, after all this time, they are finally coming to terms with their feelings for you. They've come to realize that they don't want to hold back anymore. Even if it means they have to convince you or change your mind, they are prepared to pursue you wholeheartedly. They are receiving signs, both from their own inner world and perhaps even from the universe, that are pushing them to finally speak their truth. It's as if something greater is urging them to stop holding back and be honest about how they truly feel. Their thoughts about you are incredibly passionate right now, filled with longing and desire. They want you to understand how much you mean to them, how deeply they feel for you. These aren't just passing thoughts or fleeting emotions, they are profound and raw, consuming their mind and heart. They could be sending subtle hints your way, through actions, small gestures, or even energetically, hoping you pick up on the unspoken messages they're sending. Your person longs for a deeper connection with you, one that goes beyond the surface. They crave both sensual and emotional healing through their relationship with you. They want to be close to you, not just physically but also emotionally, and they believe that the connection you share has the power to heal old wounds for both of you. There is something about your energy that soothes their soul, something that makes them feel at peace in a way they haven't felt in a long time. And if you're honest with yourself, you want this too. You've felt the pull toward them, the sense of calm and comfort that only they seem to bring into your life. This longing for connection is mutual, and now, more than ever, your person is ready to act on it. They want to bridge the gap that has existed between you for so long. Whether it was fear, pride, or circumstances that kept you apart, those barriers are slowly crumbling, and they are preparing to open up in a way they never have before. Their feelings for you are undeniable. and they are ready to share them, hoping that you will meet them halfway, ready to explore the potential of what you two could truly become together. I am becoming a better and more independent person because of you, and it's something I've come to realize more and more with each passing day. Your nurturing energy has deeply impacted me, helping me grow in so many ways I never thought possible. I've been able to reflect on myself, and I'm starting to recognize how much your presence has contributed to my transformation. I am immensely grateful for you, even if I don't always show it. Sometimes, it's hard for me to express what I feel inside, but I want you to know that I truly appreciate everything you do. Your support, care, and patience have meant the world to me, and I want to make sure you know how much that has touched me. I know that I haven't always been the best at showing gratitude or expressing how much I value you, and for that, I apologize. It's not that I don't notice how much you give or how much you sacrifice for me, I absolutely do. I see the little things you do, the moments where you go out of your way to help me, and the effort you put into our relationship. I've been thinking about how I can give that back to you because you deserve it. It's not just about recognizing what you've done for me, but about showing you that I am committed to making things better, to returning the love and energy you've given me. Lately, I've been working on my past behavior, and this has been a big focus for me. I've come to understand the ways in which I may have fallen short and where I've made mistakes. I've reflected on where I went wrong, and I'm actively trying to correct those missteps both internally and externally. This is a process, one that requires time and self-awareness. I'm working on changing my habits, my mindset, and my reactions. It's not easy, but I'm committed to this journey because I know how much it matters to you and to us. I want to be a better version of myself, for both of our sakes. There's a lot going on in my life right now, and I need you to understand that sometimes, the things I do or say aren't about you. I don't mean to be distant or rude, but I'm dealing with so much internally that I struggle to keep everything balanced. When I seem off or preoccupied, it's not a reflection of how I feel about you. It's more about me trying to manage my own emotions and circumstances. Can you try to put yourself in my shoes for a moment? I think if you did, you'd see that I'm not trying to push you away or hurt you, but rather, I'm trying to figure things out for myself. I need space to do that, and I hope you can understand that it's part of my process. I also need you to be patient with me. Please don't rush me. When I'm pressured to move faster than I'm ready, it only makes things harder and spoils the process. I need time to work through everything at my own pace, to make sure that I'm doing this right. At night, when I'm lying in bed, I think about you. You're often on my mind, even when I don't show it. When I wake up in the morning, you're the first person I think of, and throughout the day, I find myself thinking about you constantly. You've become such a central part of my life, and I can't escape the thoughts of you, no matter how much I try. However, sometimes I find myself feeling overwhelmed by these thoughts, and to cope, I tend to fill my day with distractions. It's not that I want to avoid you, it's just that I don't want to become obsessive or let my thoughts spiral out of control. Distractions help me manage my emotions, giving me space to breathe and think clearly. I need this time to clear my head and regain my strength, to stand in my own power again. It's not about distancing myself from you, but about finding balance and control in my own life. Please understand that I am doing everything I can to grow and improve, both for myself and for us. I want to be the person you deserve, someone who can give back all the love and support you've given me. I know I have work to do, and I am fully committed to that. Just give me time and space, and I promise, I will come back stronger, more grounded, and ready to give you all the appreciation and love you've shown me. Thank you for your patience, your understanding, and most of all, for your unwavering support. You mean so much to me, and I'm truly grateful for everything you are. I want to start by offering my sincerest apologies for ever comparing you to others. In hindsight, I realize how unfair and inaccurate that comparison was, because no one truly compares to you. The love and kindness you have shown me are unmatched, and you've always gone above and beyond to be there for me. Your warmth, understanding, and patience are qualities I've rarely encountered, and I deeply regret that I didn't fully appreciate them when I should have. Please understand that hurting you was never my intention. In fact, the thought of having caused you pain weighs heavily on me. I'm carrying this burden of guilt, knowing that I rejected your love not because I didn't care for you, but because I was afraid. I let the fear of being judged by others cloud my judgment, and for that, I am truly sorry. I was so concerned about how others might perceive our relationship that I lost sight of what truly mattered, your feelings and the bond we shared. Looking back now, I can see how wrong I was. The opinions of others should never have had the power to influence my decisions, especially when it came to something as important and genuine as our connection. These days, I find myself constantly thinking about you. I'm filled with regret, and it feels like a part of me is missing without you in my life. You have been on my mind endlessly, and the more I reflect on our time together, the more I realize how much you mean to me. It's as if the thoughts of you won't leave me alone, a constant reminder of what I've lost because of my own fear and hesitation. What I didn't tell you before, and what I kept hidden from everyone, is that I was going through the same emotional turmoil as you. I know you experienced mental and emotional agony, and I want you to know that I went through a similar struggle. The difference is that I chose to suffer in silence. I kept my feelings locked inside, thinking that I had to appear strong to everyone around me. I didn't want anyone to think that I was emotionally weak or vulnerable, so I pretended like everything was fine. But the truth is, it wasn't. I was in pain too, and not sharing that with you was a mistake. Now, as I reflect on everything, I realize just how much it hurts not being in contact with you. The silence between us is unbearable, and I miss you more than words can express. Every day without you feels like a day lost, and I constantly wonder if you think about me, too. The thought that you might no longer trust me or have faith in the promises I made haunts me. I worry that I've lost your trust, and that is a devastating thought for me. Losing you would be one of the greatest regrets of my life. I understand that my actions, whether it was blocking you, ignoring you, or shutting you out, must have hurt you deeply. I take full responsibility for that, and I want you to know that I'm truly sorry. I never intended to cause you pain, and I regret every moment that I allowed fear to guide my actions instead of love and understanding. I know I've made mistakes, and I know that regaining your trust won't be easy. But I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make things right. I want to win back your trust because I value you and what we had. I want to see you smile again, the smile that I feel responsible for taking away with my actions. If I could turn back time, I would do things differently, but since I can't, all I can do is promise you that I'll do better moving forward. I want to be the person you can count on, the person you once trusted, and someone who values you for the amazing person you are. So, I'm asking for a chance to prove myself to you once again. I want to make amends for the hurt I've caused and rebuild the connection we once shared. I understand if it will take time for you to trust me again, but I'm committed to putting in the effort. You mean too much to me to let fear or pride stand in the way of making things right. Please know that I miss you deeply, and I'm ready to make things better between us. All I ask is for the opportunity to show you that I've learned from my mistakes and that I'm ready to move forward with honesty, love, and a renewed sense of commitment,